Have you noticed that while most are hustling harder than ever, some people are quietly stepping off the corporate treadmill? They seem to find contentment in simpler lives, while the rest of us chase promotions and accolades. It's a shocking contradiction. The very people who seem to have less are often the ones who are actually richer in satisfaction. Their secret? A different way of thinking about work and wealth. Today, we're diving into the mindset that separates those who thrive under pressure from those who choose a more fulfilling path. I'm Aria Vale, and this is The Wealth Shift. There's a striking phenomenon happening in today's workplace. Some individuals seem to simply disappear from the corporate landscape without any fanfare. It's not the dramatic exit filled with inspirational hashtags and vacation photos. It's a quiet retreat. One day, they're actively engaged in climbing the corporate ladder, and the next, they're living in a smaller home, driving an older car, and curiously embracing this lifestyle shift. Meanwhile, the majority are in a relentless race, accumulating certifications and chasing promotions. What's going on here? It's a clash between societal expectations and personal contentment. Many are trapped in a cycle where ambition is equated with success, yet there exists a subset of individuals who reject this narrative. They've stepped off the treadmill, choosing a different path that might appear less glamorous, but feels more authentic. This departure isn't just about personal choice, it reflects a profound reevaluation of what success truly means. According to research from the University of Bath, brain activity in those who opt out of the rat race processes reward and status differently. The implications are vast. While most people remain hooked on the dopamine highs of promotions and accolades, there's a group whose satisfaction comes from a different source. The gradual shift toward a simpler life reveals an undercurrent in human behavior, one that prioritizes inner peace over external validation. The consequences of this choice are far-reaching. Those who step back often find themselves at odds with a culture obsessed with hustle and status. Their peers may label them as lazy or complacent, failing to grasp the deeper motivations behind the decision. This dynamic can lead to social isolation, even as the individual feels liberated. The invisible effects ripple through their relationships and professional networks, creating a divide that's hard for either side to navigate. On a psychological level, the brain's wiring plays a pivotal role in this scenario. This evolutionary design compels humans to seek status. For millennia, being at the top of the social hierarchy meant greater access to resources and mates. In the modern world, this translates into striving for promotions and accolades that trigger our reward systems. Yet, the pursuit of these rewards can also lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Consider someone who's immersed in the corporate grind, constantly chasing promotions. Their brain is wired to respond to the validation of success. The dopamine rush from achieving a target becomes addictive. Yet, when someone steps away from this race, they often discover alternative sources of fulfillment that aren't reliant on external validation. This creates a stark contrast in motivations. The errors in perception become even clearer as we examine decision-making processes. Many individuals believe that climbing the corporate ladder is the only way to secure financial stability and social status. They overlook the possibility that happiness can stem from a balanced life, one that prioritizes well-being over the relentless pursuit of more. This misconception leads to a series of poor financial decisions, such as overspending on luxury items or investing heavily in a lifestyle that stretches their budgets thin. Living beyond one's means becomes a hallmark of this false ambition. The quest for status can drive individuals to make choices that jeopardize their financial security. They might purchase an unnecessarily expensive car, thinking it will project success, or spend lavishly on networking opportunities that don't yield significant returns. These decisions create a false sense of security and often lead to financial strain in the long run. For those who have broken free from this cycle, the impact is profound. They often report a newfound clarity about their values. Living with less, they discover that financial freedom is not solely tied to wealth, but is also about having time. Time to pursue passions, cultivate relationships, and enjoy life's simple pleasures. This shift in perspective opens up new avenues for fulfillment that aren't contingent on societal approval. The reality is complex. The allure of traditional success is powerful, yet it can lead to a life driven by external pressures rather than internal desires. Observing those who have stepped off this path reveals a deeper understanding of success, one that prioritizes authenticity over appearances. The journey to find what truly matters can be liberating, but it often comes with its own set of challenges. In a society fixated on achievement, stepping away can seem counterintuitive. Yet, for some, the choice to simplify and reprioritize leads to a more meaningful existence. This transition may not come without difficulty, but the rewards can redefine what it means to live a successful life. Understanding this spectrum of choices invites us to reflect on our own motivations and the unseen forces shaping our financial decisions. The real challenge lies in embracing the courage to step off the treadmill, a choice that, while difficult, often leads to a richer and more fulfilling life. When we think about the decision to downshift or change our financial path, we must understand that it's rooted in complex psychological dynamics. This isn't just a matter of stress management or work-life balance, it touches on our core identities. For many, a job title is more than a label, it's a primary source of self-worth. A 2018 study from the University of Michigan revealed that losing this identity can trigger grief-like responses. When you relinquish a title, you're not just stepping back from a job, you're confronting the unsettling question, who am I without this role? Social pressure compounds these emotional challenges. We're hardwired to seek approval from our social circles. When you decide to take a non-traditional route, such as reducing hours or switching fields, it often leads to awkward conversations. Imagine at a gathering, someone asks what you're up to and you mention your choice to work part-time for personal growth. The room falls silent, not out of malice, but because you've disrupted their narrative. In that moment, you force others to reflect on their choices, which can create tension. This social anxiety can hinder decision-making and create an internal conflict. Many downshifters report feeling the weight of judgment from others, which creates an invisible pressure to conform. When people inquire if you're okay, it often stems from genuine concern, yet it reinforces a societal expectation. You may start second-guessing your decision based on the reactions of others rather than your personal aspirations. Now let's consider financial fears. These are real and valid. Downshifting often leads to earning less and saving less. Your financial projections, once filled with ambition, now appear daunting. All of a sudden, future you seems like a ghost haunting your current choices. Studies indicate that those who choose to step back from the grind often report heightened anxiety about money. This is not merely due to a change in income, but because they feel they have lost the illusion of financial safety that comes with a steady upward trajectory. This anxiety often leads to a phenomenon known as financial identity crisis. When you're accustomed to climbing, it's unsettling to suddenly find yourself on lower rungs of that ladder. Your mind grapples with what it means to be successful and stable. This shift in perspective can create an internal struggle as the future becomes unpredictable. Moreover, there are silent errors that many people overlook during this transition. One common pitfall is underestimating the emotional impact of financial decisions. People often approach downshifting as a purely logical choice, neglecting the emotional baggage that comes with it. When emotions are sidelined, we tend to make decisions based solely on numbers, which can lead to regrets down the line. Another error is the failure to establish a new narrative for one's life. Shifting away from traditional success markers requires redefinition. If you don't consciously create new goals or values, you might find yourself adrift. This can lead to indecision and confusion, as the old metrics of success lose meaning, but new ones haven't yet emerged. Then there's what I call comparison paralysis. In a world dominated by social media, it's easy to look at others and feel inadequate. You start measuring your life against curated highlights of friends and peers. This can lead to a constant state of dissatisfaction, inadvertently pushing you back to the very treadmill you sought to escape. To navigate these psychological waters effectively, it's crucial to cultivate self-awareness. Recognizing that these feelings and pressures are normal can be liberating. You don't have to adhere to anyone else's definition of success. Instead, focus on what genuinely aligns with your values and aspirations. In the end, it's about perspective. Embracing uncertainty and redefining success on your own terms can be empowering. If you're considering a shift, take a moment to reflect on your motivations and acknowledge the invisible barriers you may face. This awareness can transform your approach to financial decisions, steering you toward a more fulfilling path. Remember, seeking clarity amid chaos is not just a tactical move, it's a profound act of self-empowerment. As you navigate these complex emotions and societal pressures, invite the courage to reimagine what a successful life looks like for you. This journey is yours. Embracing it fully can lead to a more authentic and satisfying financial future. Living outside the conventional race opens a door to financial choices that many overlook. When you step off the treadmill of competition, you begin to see the financial landscape differently. It's not just about accumulating wealth. It's about aligning your spending, saving, and investing with your true values. This shift often leads to a more deliberate approach to money, where every dollar spent reflects your priorities rather than societal expectations. The impact on your financial decisions can be profound. When you prioritize time over money, you start to invest in experiences rather than possessions. Consider someone who chooses to spend a little more on a memorable family vacation instead of upgrading to a larger house. This person understands that the memories created during that trip will yield returns far greater than any material asset. The value derived from such experiences can far exceed the fleeting satisfaction of owning more. Additionally, being less reactive to others' opinions allows for more strategic financial planning. Imagine individuals who have reached a point where they can resist the urge to conform to trends. Instead of spending on the latest gadgets or fashion statements, they redirect those funds towards retirement accounts or student education funds. This level of self-awareness in financial choices leads to longer-term benefits, fostering financial security instead of temporary gratification. Psychologically, this shift can be attributed to neuroplasticity, our brain's remarkable ability to adapt and change through new experiences. By consciously choosing to pursue different values, a person can reshape what they find rewarding. This means that the enticing allure of status symbols diminishes, making way for deeper satisfaction from simpler, more meaningful interactions. For instance, someone who once chased promotions and raises might begin to find joy in mentoring others or engaging in creative projects. The financial ramifications of this transformation are significant. By prioritizing personal fulfillment over competitive success, individuals can choose jobs that are less stressful and more aligned with their passions, which often results in better financial outcomes in the long run. However, with this newfound clarity comes the challenge of overcoming deeply ingrained societal beliefs. People often find themselves battling internalized notions of success. This struggle can manifest in subtle yet powerful ways, from feeling guilty about not maximizing income potential to the fear of being judged for choosing unconventional paths. Recognizing these invisible hurdles is crucial. The moment you understand that these pressures are constructs of your environment, you gain the authority to redefine success on your own terms. The decisions you make daily, whether to prioritize wealth accumulation or pursue a life of meaningful experiences, can create a ripple effect in your financial landscape. Every choice matters, from minor adjustments in spending habits to major shifts in career direction. If you decide to take a step back from consumer culture, your financial portfolio will likely reflect a healthier balance of risk and security. The benefits of this recalibration extend beyond your bank account. They permeate your overall well-being, leading to a richer, more satisfying life. Now, imagine what concrete changes this could bring to your life. You could find yourself in a position where financial stress no longer dictates your choices. Instead of anxiously flipping through bills each month, you'd be strategically planning for the future. You would have the freedom to invest in projects that inspire you or to support causes that resonate with your values. Perhaps you might even discover the luxury of taking a sabbatical to pursue a passion that had long been set aside, an investment that could rekindle your spirit and creativity. As you begin to make these choices, you create a powerful narrative about your financial life. Each decision, no matter how small, contributes to a larger story of empowerment and fulfillment. The more you embrace this journey, the clearer your path becomes, filled with opportunities that align with who you truly are. In closing, the power to shift your financial trajectory lies within your grasp. Embrace each decision to prioritize alignment over accumulation, and you'll find that your financial life can reflect your deepest values. Remember, it's not just about wealth, it's about crafting a life that feels authentic and rewarding. This is Aria Vale, and this is The Wealth Shift.